quiet, unsuspecting corner of a forgotten forest, where shadows stretch long, and the air hangs heavy with damp earth and decaying leaves. A figure lumbers forward, a dog, once full of vitality, now bearing a grotesque testament to nature's darker inclinations. Its fur, matted and stained, barely conceals the shocking wound dripping with a sinister cocktail of fluids, a gaping lesion etched by the venomous embrace of a snake. This is no ordinary injury. The grotesque tapestry of swollen flesh and twisting scales reveals a living nightmare, a macabre stage where biology and horror merge in silent testimony. What you are about to witness is not just the story of a dog's wounded body, but a chilling glimpse into the unforgiving dance of predator and prey, parasite and host, chaos and survival. The lesion is a seething wound, irregular and pocked with punctures, each one a mark of serpentine fangs that have both torn and inoculated. Around this raw crater nests a small army of serpents, twisting, writhing forms that have invaded the dog's flesh with an unholy persistence, establishing themselves in the decaying tissue as infestation grows. These aren't simple bite marks fading into healing scars. They are nodes in a living network of parasitic colonization. Pustules pulsate grotesquely, some rupturing to release thick fluids mingled with pus and blood, a gory nursery of reptilian intrusion. It's a sickening symbiosis where the invasive serpents extract sustenance, using the dog's suffering as a fertile ground for reproduction. In the vast, untamed wilderness, where the sun casts long shadows over the rolling plains, a solitary bison roams, its massive frame a testament to the resilience of nature. But this is no ordinary bison. It bears a gruesome wound, a horrific testament to the relentless forces of the natural world. Nestled deep within its thick fur is a wasp nest, a grotesque amalgamation of nature's fury and the bison's unfortunate fate. The sight is shocking, a stark reminder of the brutal realities that exist just beyond the veil of our everyday lives. As the camera zooms in, the viewer is drawn into a world where survival is not just a matter of strength, but also of endurance against the unseen threats that lurk in the shadows. The wasp infestation is a chilling phenomenon. These tiny, aggressive creatures, driven by instinct and a fierce desire to protect their home, have made the bison their unwitting host. The nest, a chaotic structure of chewed wood and saliva, has burrowed into the bison's flesh, creating a gaping wound that oozes with a mixture of blood and bodily fluids. The bison, a creature known for its strength and tenacity, now finds itself in a battle for survival against an enemy that is both small and insidious. The wasps, in their relentless pursuit of defending their territory, inject venom into the bison, causing excruciating pain and inflammation. The wound festers, attracting other scavengers and insects, turning the bison into a living buffet for nature's opportunists. As we delve deeper into this dark tale, we must confront the unsettling reality of nature's balance. The wasps, while seemingly cruel, are merely fulfilling their role in the ecosystem. They are predators, and the bison, beneath the sweltering sun of a forgotten jungle, an elephant lumbers slowly, dragging a wound that looks like a gruesome road map etched across its flanks. This is no ordinary injury. It's a festering maw where countless snakes have taken refuge, burrowing their slick bodies deep into the raw flesh. Imagine the once majestic beast, a living titan of the wild, now a grotesque host to a crawling infestation that seems to mock the very essence of vitality. The wound itself is a nightmarish spectacle, a mottled canvas of torn skin, pus seeping like toxic rivers, and tiny scales darting beneath the surface. These snakes, far from solitary predators, have become a horde of parasites, writhing and coiling in a ceaseless dance of destruction. They slither into every crevice, their forked tongues flicking hungrily, sensing the elephant's weakened state. The flesh is a buffet for dozens of these serpents, each one digging sharper fangs into muscle and sinew, draining fluids and leaving behind an expanding crater of pain. The smell is acidic and foul, a pungent cocktail of decay, sweat, and venom that tempts the senses to recoil in nausea. Such snake infestations happen when a cascade of unfortunate events align weakened immune systems, injuries left unattended, and an environment that teems with these slithering opportunists ready to exploit the vulnerability. The snakes, small yet lethal, find sanctuary between wounds. In the underbelly of the wild, where nature's glamour fades into a tangled mess of survival and decay, a singular sight claws its way into the memory of any observer. This isn't the majestic, stealthy leopard of folklore and expectation, but a creature marred by a nightmare writ large across its flesh. Here lies a leopard, its sleek tawny coat shredded and oozing, ravaged by a horrific wound that tells a grim story. One of serpentine infestation. The gaping lesion, visibly swollen and pulsating, is a sore testament to an ongoing invasion, not by a single predator, but by a legion of serpents, sinister hitchhikers feeding off both the beast and its dwindling vitality. Imagine the grotesque choreography of scales and flesh interlacing unfathomably, the wound, a dark theater where nature's unrelenting cruelty takes center stage. The sight is a raw confrontation with decay. The skin around the wound is mottled with bruises and streaked with dried blood and stained pus, colors that echo a palette of rot and infection. Tiny, wriggling snakes, sleek and merciless, slither in and out of the cavernous tear. Their bodies, cold and sinuous, burrow into the leopard's tissue, sucking nourishment not just from the flowing blood, but from the cells themselves, dragging the life force away bit by agonizing bit. This infestation is not merely a battle for survival. It is a relentless consumption, a parasitic banquet held in the unlikeliest of places. The natural elegance of a predator corrupted into a grotesque tableau of pestilence and predation flipped inside out, where the hunter becomes prey to a more insidious force. Snake infestation in such a large predator, while rare, is a crucial window into the darker mechanics of the wild. Snakes, many venomous or constrictive, find entry points in wounds created from conflicts, accidents, or infections that would otherwise heal, but now present a feast. The warmth of the leopard's body, the rich blood supply streaming in and out of the damaged tissue, creates an unintended evolutionary trap. What might have started as a bite, a scratch, or a thorn turn macabre as the wound festers and becomes a prime opportunistic breeding ground or a hideout for parasitic snakes. These snakes, taking advantage of the leopard's weakened state, multiply and consume, possibly laying eggs within the lesion, further propagating the infestation in an endless cycle of corruption. The process is in the shadowed corners of a forgotten field, where the damp earth breathes a stale, musky odor of decay. A dog lies trapped in its own nightmare. Its body is a grotesque canvas, marred by serpentine invaders that have burrowed beneath the skin, creating a living horror of swelling, twisting flesh, and festering wounds. The sight is visceral, the flesh raw and dripping, a concoction of necrosis, an infection that pulses with the silent rhythm of the snake infestation at work. The kind of scene that lodges itself in the mind, refusing to be dismissed as mere abject nightmare. This is no ordinary canine affliction. The dog's skin has been breached time and again, not by a singular bite, but by a procession of small, sharp-toothed snakes that have transformed the animal's hide into a battleground. Tiny serpents, slick and sinuous, writhing in and out of the open sores with a sickening ease, carrying with them venom, bacteria, and a parasitic will to consume. Each wound tells a story of repeated invasion, skin torn, muscles eaten away, the natural barriers destroyed. Beneath the shredded epidermis, the tissue festers in a murky soup of blood and lymph, a breeding ground for secondary infections that feed on the dog's weakening defenses. Snakes, these ancient predators, are often admired for their sleek forms and deadly silence. But here, in this brutal tableau, they reveal another face: the relentless parasite. Snake infestation, scientifically known as ophidiomyces in extreme cases, becomes a grotesque ecological interaction gone wrong. The serpents are not just passing predators. They have transformed into invasive tenants, their presence a slow biological siege on the dog's body. Their movements create tiny tunnels, perfect for bacterial colonies to flee in the icy expanse of the Arctic, where the sun barely pierces the perpetual twilight. A chilling tale unfolds, a tale of survival, suffering, and the grotesque realities of nature. Meet the polar bear, a majestic creature often seen as the embodiment of strength and resilience. But today, we encounter a harrowing sight: a polar bear with a horrific snake wound, a gruesome reminder of the dark side of the animal kingdom. As we zoom in on this unfortunate beast, we see the raw, gaping wound, a festering mass that seems to pulse with life. It is not just a wound, it is a battleground, a grotesque theater where nature's most sinister players, the snakes, have taken center stage. Imagine the horror of snake infestation, a phenomenon that is as rare as it is disturbing. These serpents, slithering and coiling, have made their home in the bear's flesh. burrowing into the soft tissue, feeding on the very essence of this once mighty predator. The sight is enough to make even the most hardened viewer recoil in disgust. The snakes, perhaps drawn by the warmth of the bear's body or the scent of its blood, have turned this noble creature into a living host, a grotesque vessel for their insatiable hunger. Each movement of the bear sends ripples of pain through its body, a constant reminder of the invasion that has taken place. As we delve deeper into this dark narrative, we must confront the unsettling reality of nature's balance. The polar bear, a symbol of the Arctic's pristine wilderness, now finds itself at the mercy of an infestation that seems almost otherworldly. The snakes, while repulsive, play their role in the ecosystem,